Okay, mate, so here's the video for cleaning those carts. So this one I've not cleaned. This is a new one to go in my collection. I haven't cleaned it yet. Now, I showed you Donkey Kong yesterday. I'll show you what you can get them like. So these are those bits that you've ordered. I got the whole screwdriver, but obviously you've just bought the bits. So take them out. There we go. Wait a minute, I'll just put them into a thing so I don't lose them. There you go, so there's the top. And here's the board. Okay, so it's really basic in comparison to a lot of later cartridges. But, right, so I'll try and show you as best I can. So I've got a torch here. So the pins are actually relatively clean, but if you look carefully, you can see these grooves, the lines, where the pins, the cartridge boot pins scrape against the contacts, and it's there where the dirt will gather, and even the smallest amount of dirt will stop it from making contact, and then you'll end up with that fuzzy screen like you've got. And there's the back. So again, they're not. It's actually relatively clean, but if you look carefully, you can see the dirt and the corrosion, especially in that corner. For God's sake! There we go. Right. Okay. So I'll clean it up now. So I'm going to start with IPA. This is the IPA I use. I bought this off Amazon. It's 99.9%. So 0.1% is water. That's as strong as you can get it, and that's the best stuff you can get. So I've got it in this little tub because it makes it easier for me to get to. Right. So I've got some on the end of on a Q-tip. So instead of, I mean, yes, I can go this way to get any initial residue off. Okay, which I'll do. Okay, yeah, that's actually quite bad. So I don't know if you can see that on there. God. So that's just from rubbing it. But the key here, so if you come in a bit more. So the key here, mate, will be we got to rub up and down the pin like this. So I'll use a clean corner, and I'll show you at the end what I get off. And the reason that I'm going this way is because obviously this is the way that the grooves are sort of gouged into the contacts. Now this cartridge probably won't need Brasso, but I will show you how to use it because I feel fine and comfortable using it. Like I said to you, it's fine to do, but you just got to get it off quick. That's the point, because otherwise it'll corrode. It eats away at the metal. Oh, sorry. So try and get a new one. So yeah, like I said, this is just IPA at the moment, and that's the best thing to always start with and go to the Brasso if it's if there's persistent corrosion. But I mean, and the thing is that that's the amount that's coming off, even though this is a clean, relatively clean one. This was bought from a game shop, and getting along those grooves, that can get, look at that. Okay, that's from the dirt that comes right from off the grooves there. And your best bet is always to, once you get it on, get the alcohol on. So I've put quite a thick layer of this on now, yeah, and then get it off with the dry one, because it will still, you'll notice it'll leave like this white residue, and all that will stop it. All that will stop the contact. So let's have a quick look in the light. So you can still see those grooves, but they're a lot shinier, and I can't see any dirt at all. Nothing, no. Okay, cool. So now we're going to try the back, which is obviously a fair bit dirtier. So, right, I'll get a new one. As you see, I get through a lot of cotton buds. Right, so yeah, this is much dirtier, much dirtier. I'm going to clean quite high up the board here, because the first area of this green, it often makes contact with this plastic strip here, and after years of use, if the cart's been used a lot, that can often rub a groove through this green silicone, which can actually destroy sometimes the traces. So it's worth checking that as well, because no, you can't really see it, because sometimes that'll obviously that'll stop it from playing. So yeah, I'll definitely brasso the back of this up, because this one is this is quite bad. I would expect there to be issues with this, even though it's the smallest amount of corrosion. See, so I'm pressing pretty hard, and it's up and down, getting right into the metal. Okay, so only a little bit came off that second time then. And there's the first lot. Obviously there's a lot more on that then. That was the first time I did it, so let's go the other bit. Sorry if this is a bit long-winded, mate, but I see it as it's better to do a thorough job. Make sure it works. Eliminate this as an issue. This side's bad. This side's, look at that. Yeah, so this I put money on wouldn't have worked. And like I said to you in the message, I don't even bother checking them first anymore, because that dirt will get transferred into my pins, you know, onto my pins in the console. It's just pointless. I might as well just take it out and spend 5 minutes doing this, so I can. That is really deep. Okay, just go over to get the residue off from the IPA. But yeah, you can still see those. You can still see the little black areas. I'll get the torch on it now, and he's still. So yeah, this is where you need the brasso, definitely, because it just won't come off with IPA. If you look, it's really difficult to get it in the light. Might be better on that side. Bugger. There's still basically, I know it's really hard to see, but you can see slight dark patches there at the top of each area. I need to get that off with brasso, because I'm worried that still won't work, which is ridiculous, but these games, honestly. Right, so now the brasso. This is one I have, so it's just your normal brasso, but make sure you get the branded, the proper stuff. I wouldn't bother with anything else, because this stuff's already lethal, so you want to make sure that if you're getting it, it's going to be the stuff. So I'll dip this in, only get a tiny bit on there. Okay, so you see just a little bit. Okay, and then I'll do this half first, and then I'll do that half second. It gives me more time, and I don't have to rush too much. So I'm slowly putting it out onto the pins. You'll notice it'll start to go black or get darker. I'm turning the cotton bud as I'm doing this. Okay, and there's the black. That is corrosion. And now scrub it off, get it off of all the areas. Again, up and down, because it will keep in the grooves. Okay. You have to rub quite hard to get it off, but that's okay. The rubbing isn't the issue, it's the corrosive nature of the Brasso that will destroy the board if you leave it. And there we go. So I'm going to, just on that side, use that as a comparison. I've got some more IPA. I'm going to make sure all that's off, that polish. Okay, sure it's all off. Dry it up. Wow, yeah, there you go. That's much, much better. So, I can show you now. It's hard to bloody see. I'm trying to... Right. How the hell do I get a comparison? Basically, what I'm seeing here, and you'll see it yourself when you do it, is that on this side, it's really hard to see. Right here. On this side, there's a lot less grooves. Basically, what the Brasso does is it'll pull off a layer, thin layer of the brass. There's a lot less grooves that have been dug in by the pins than on this side. Okay, so now I'll do this side, and then that'll be it. And yeah, so like I said, a bit of a ball ache, especially if you've got a lot of carts, which I have, but, you know, to preserve them, it's a good thing. Anyway, so again, so little amount on the thing. You can see I'm putting the stuff on, get right up into the corners. Turn the up and down. So individually cover each pin. Okay, now I'm going to start pulling that off. You'll notice it as you're buffing it out, getting the stuff off. Oh, as you're buffing it out, it'll be getting more and more shiny. It's probably really difficult to see in that video, but I promise you'll see it. And the idea here is to get it as shiny as possible, because you'll know that that's then all off. Right, now we're going to put the IPA on it, just to clear the last of the residue. Get that on there. Pull that IPA off. Look at that, it's gone. Yeah, brilliant. And then, oh, for God's sake, sorry dude, but you can't see the corrosion at the top of the pins anymore. Yeah, I don't know how best to show you, mate. Oh, actually, wait a sec. Hello. Yeah, look at that. There you go. You can't see it. It's all gone. And I bet this will work. I'm not even. There's no point betting this will work. Like, there's nothing there. It's not. You know. There's nothing there. All the contacts are still there. You can slightly see, actually, mate. If you look, I'll try and get my finger in while the light's here. That contact there. So the second pin from the end. Can you see? It's got a little bit of corrosion on that trace going up under the green. You see that white speck? yeah, that's what I meant about the plastic can rub and cause those traces to break, and that could be one of the faults for the game not working. And there, fourth pin in on this side, you can see it. But yeah, let's have a look at the other side. Bollocks, not zooming. There we go. Okay. No, that's all good, and then pins are beautiful. There we go, mate. So, yeah, message me any issues you get. If you get with them new games, let me know, and yeah, just send me some pictures if you're unsure. But I promise you, we're going to get those games working. I'm 99% sure it's nothing. It's not the console. It's going to be those games. And the reason I say that is, you know, I know how finicky these games and consoles, the old NESs, can be. You know, they're a labour of love. But you'll get it, mate. You'll get it. But anyway, sorry for the long video, mate.